In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys an updated progression guide for Roblox The Forge. I'm going to be showing you guys the updated best armor and the best weapon in the entire game. Not just that, I'm going to be showing you guys the best method to actually get the best pickaxe in the game, and also showing you guys the best places to mine and the best way to make money. Okay, how many times have I said best? Way too many, but let's get straight into this video. As always, hit that like and subscribe button if you guys want to be a part of the OG 400,000 subscribers. We're so close to hitting 400k, so if you guys want to be a part of it, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. With that being said, let me not waste any more of your time, and let's head back to Island 1, where your journey is probably gonna begin. Okay, so when you first spawn into the Forge, obviously go ahead and complete Sensei Moro's quest. This is gonna give you guys a complete tutorial of the entire game, and you should kind of learn what the game is once you guys go ahead and complete his entire quest. It doesn't take too long, guys, 2 to 3 minutes max, and at this point you'll probably have yourself something like the bronze or iron pickaxe. Now, there isn't much you want to do in Island 2. Your main goal should honestly be to try and get to Island 3 as quickly as possible. Wait, no, I got that mixed up. I meant to say there's not much you can do in Island 1, so you want to try and get to Island 2 as quickly as possible. So to get to Island 2, I honestly just recommend getting yourself a pickaxe, going inside of the cave, and heading left right over here. Actually, before you head left, go ahead and start, I believe it's this guy's quest right here. So go ahead and start this guy's quest. He's going to give you guys some rewards for simply mining a bunch of ores, and since you're going to be mining anyways, just go ahead and start his quest. And you want to take his quest and go right inside of this cave here, and just go ahead and mine a bunch of these rocks. It's really easy to do so, and most of the zombies and stuff won't really bother you when you guys are in here. So yeah, this is probably the best place to mine inside of Island 1 right now, because honestly there's just not that many enemies. But once you guys have enough money saved up, I recommend going ahead and purchasing yourself the gold pickaxe. It's going to be right over here. It's going to cost you guys about 1,500, and these are its stats right over here. And once you guys have the gold pickaxe, I recommend you guys to get to level 10 and get $10,000. You want to do that, and once you do that, you simply just want to make your way out of Island 1. That's it, guys. Island 1, you don't want to spend too much time here, and you simply want to go ahead and make your way over to Island 2. Now, once you guys are in Island 2, this is where the fun actually begins. Once you guys first spawn in, I recommend getting yourself the cobalt pickaxe for $10,000, and with that pickaxe, you want to go ahead and make your way up over to the caves. Once at the caves, I recommend starting Captain Rowan's quest, as well as the Mars Stranger's quest. I believe this is a daily quest. Not just that, but you want to go ahead and make your way down right over here to the Forge, and start Sensei Moro's quest too. And of course, this guy's quest too. All of these quests are basically the same thing. They require you to mine or kill enemies, which you're going to be doing anyways. So while you're just casually playing the game, you're going to be completing these quests in the background and earning money passively. So yeah, that's why we're going to go ahead and enable these quests. And once you guys have done that, simply go ahead, take your cobalt pickaxe, and go to the first mining spot, which is just going to be right out here. You want to go ahead and mine a bunch of these basalt rocks. And yeah, keep on mining these, guys. It's really not that difficult to mine these. And you want to keep on doing this for quite a long time, actually. So you continue to mine these rocks, and with the ores you get from mining these rocks, what I recommend you guys to do is go ahead, head to the Forge. You do not want to sell your ores directly to this guy, by the way. This guy just scams you completely. So instead of selling it to him directly, what you want to do is make your way over to the forging area, and you want to go ahead and use your ores to craft yourself a great axe. This is going to cost you guys about 20 of any material, so you want to go ahead and put 20 of any materials. It could be multiple materials too if you guys want, but simply, guys, make yourself a great axe, because a great axe, it sells for a lot of money, and it's also cheap when it comes to, you know, crafting it with materials and whatnot. So yeah, this is the cheapest item that you can make, which pays you the most. Let me actually go ahead and show you guys how much money I'll make from this simple little great axe. Obviously, make sure that you are actually doing this minigame perfectly if you want to make the most money. But anyways, there you go. We've gone ahead and completed our little minigame, and now check this out, guys. This thing is literally going to sell for 1,200. For reference, if you just tried selling those ores on their own, let me actually go ahead and show you right now. So we made the axe out of 20 quartz. Let me go ahead and put 20 quartz inside of my sell menu, and check this out, guys. I'm only going to get paid about $400 for that. So always and always craft yourself a great axe instead of selling your ores away directly. You're just going to make way more money that way. But anyways, guys, you want to keep on doing that method over and over and over again. It's going to take a very long time, but continue to do that method over and over again until you guys have enough money saved up to buy the Ethereal pickaxe. pickaxe, mithril pickaxe. This is going to cost you guys about 67,500 gold. At this point, by the way, you should be about level 30, meaning if you go into your shop and go over to race rerolls, you should have a second race slot. So you don't just have one race slot, you have two of them now. So what I recommend you guys to do is try and roll the goblin race, because the goblin race actually gives you guys a 12% discount on whatever you guys are going to buy. For example, this thing is about $67,000, but if I go ahead and use the goblin race, it's only going to be $59,000. So yeah, if you guys can get the goblin race if you want, and if you guys don't know what race you want to use, I'd say the best races in the game for mining are going to be the dwarf, demon, and angel, of course. Every other race you don't really need to worry about early game, so try and get yourself the dwarf race. It's honestly the best early game. If you guys are struggling to get race rerolls, by the way, simply go over to the Forge Discord server, then head over to codes, and here you want to go ahead and choose whatever code is working. These get updated very quickly, and they expire very quickly too, so make sure you guys actually go ahead and use the latest code if you guys want to get the latest rerolls. Anyways, once you guys have your mithril pickaxe, you can now finally go ahead and AFK the game. I know some people don't really like this, but honestly guys, this is the best way to progress from this point on. So you want to go ahead, take your new pickaxe and head back into the cave, and now you want to go ahead and go over to this part of the cave, and you want to go ahead and head right over here. And inside of this place, you should find this little spot right here. This is where you guys can simply sit and just AFK with an auto clicker or something, and this is because there is 2 cobalt veins that spawn here, and this is honestly the best place to AFK in the entire game early on. And yeah, this is how you're going to be making your money from now on. Just keep in mind there's going to be other people AFKing at the same spot, so you will kind of have to fight for the rock every single time you're here, but just leave your PC on for like an hour, 2 hours, and you should have enough resources to make yourself even more great axes that you can then go ahead and sell and make more money. Not just that, but you should have enough resources at this point to make yourself your first armor set ever. And now we're gonna go ahead and go into weapons and armor inside of the Forge Roblox. So the first weapon that you should probably go ahead and make at this point from the AFK spot that I showed you is going to be 12 eye ores. Just like this, guys, just go ahead and make yourself a katana with 12 eye ores, and honestly guys, this katana is low-key kind of coated, and this is going to be the easiest, best weapon to craft with the resources you get from the cobalt vein spot that I showed you guys earlier. So simply go ahead and craft yourself this weapon when you guys are first making your first weapon, and let me actually go ahead and show you guys how good this weapon actually is. But there you go, it should look something like this, and check this out guys, this thing does 71 damage, and it is actually really good for what it is. So let's go ahead and equip this new weapon, and I'll show you guys how good it actually is. So using this weapon, you should basically almost be able to one-shot these skeletons out here. Check that out, completely just evaporated. So early on guys, this weapon is going to come in super clutch for you guys. Obviously, you do have to remember that you are going to need a good armor set to pair with this weapon. And don't worry, from the AFK spot, all the materials that you guys got, you should also be able to make yourself your first armor set. And once again, I'm going to keep it super simple for you guys. Your first armor set should have about, actually don't have the materials for this. Okay, I'm just going to use this calculator for now, but basically guys, the first material that you want for this armor, well, we'll start off with the chest plate. Actually, you're going to need yourself 16 rubies. So go ahead and pop in 16 rubies just like this. Once again, you're going to be able to get these from basalt veins from our AFK spot. You also want to get yourself 10 emeralds just like this, and you also want to go ahead and get yourself 10 copperite just like this. Boom, there you go. And check this out guys, here is all the stats of your armor. This is going to be for a heavy chest plate. Let's go ahead and move on to some heavy leggings. So this is the recipe for some heavy leggings. By the way, this armor is going to have no traits on it. It is simply purely defense, so do keep that in mind. It's not the best armor in the game. This is a good mid-game set. This should be your first armor set. I just want to clear that up before someone leaves a comment about it. But once again, this is for your heavy leggings. Go ahead and copy this recipe. And finally guys, this should be your heavy helmet right over here. This is the perfect first armor that you guys should make inside of the Forge Roblox. All the materials can be obtained by simply being AFK. And yeah, this armor should be good enough for you guys to go ahead and move on to the next spot that I'm going to be showing you guys in this video. But at this point, you should also have $125,000 saved up, because the next step for us is to go ahead and get ourselves the arcane pickaxe, aka the best pickaxe in the entire game. This pickaxe can be obtained over on Island 1, you simply want to go ahead and talk to this NPC called Bard right over here. He's going to ask you guys to bring him his lost guitar. You want to go inside of the cave and then go ahead and head left inside the cave. And once you guys are here, you simply want to go ahead and jump inside of this bush, and you want to go ahead and grab Bard's guitar right over here. It's going to be right there. You now want to take Bard's guitar back to him and return him his guitar. And once you do that, he is going to reward you guys with a secret key. Take that secret key and head back into the cave and follow exactly where I'm going. So you want to go right from right over here, and you want to keep going ahead until you see another right turn. So go ahead and take the next right turn again. And finally, you're going to see a big gate right over here. You want to go ahead, go over to the padlock and press E on it and open up the gate. Once you do that, you will have access to the arcane pickaxe for $125,000. Once again, use the goblin race because that is going to give you guys a 15% discount, making it so the arcane pickaxe only costs $110,000. Once you guys have your arcane pickaxe, you want to take your pickaxe and head back up into the caves onto the second island, and you want to go back to the spot that you've been AFKing for all this time, but this time you actually want to go inside the cave that's underneath the AFK spot, and here you want to go ahead and start mining. Not just mine anything though, you want to find yourself a specific rock that looks just like this, right? So once you find your rock, you simply want to go ahead and mine it, and our goal is to try and get some of the rarest materials inside of the forge. These materials are going to be things like demonite, fireite, magmite, and of course eye ore, but you don't need to worry about eye ore. You can get this from cobalt veins from the previous AFK spot that I showed you guys earlier. So just worry about these 3 materials right over here. To be specific, you're gonna need yourself 4 demonite, so 4 of these guys, which as you guys can see, they are quite rare to get. You're gonna need 3 magmite, and finally you're gonna need yourself 3 fireite. We're doing this because we're trying to get the best weapon in the game. So I'm gonna show you guys a quick little trick to actually mine these volcanic rocks. By this time, you probably noticed that these volcanic rocks are super hard to come by. So what I recommend you guys to do is dig these up all the way to 2000 HP, just like this. And once you do that, as you guys can see, you can actually see the drops that you already get from these guys. So if you guys don't like the drop that you get from it, you can simply just wait, or get some idiot stealing it from you. Thanks, man. Hey, shout out to you, bro. That was mean. I'm sorry. Anyways, yeah, people are gonna steal it from you if you do that, but basically what you want to do is dig it down to 2000 HP, and if you don't like what you get from it, you can simply just wait for 30 seconds and it's gonna regenerate all the way back to full health. So the rock is actually gonna regenerate back to full health, and once it does that, it basically resets the loot pool that you get from it. So you can continuously keep on mining the same rock over and over again, see if you get something that you like from it, and if you like what you get, you can keep mining it all the way to the end, or you can wait for another 30 seconds for it to regenerate. So as you guys can see from this rock, I didn't really get something that I like, so I'm gonna wait here for 30 seconds, and boom, after 30 seconds, the rock is going to regenerate to full health. You want to go ahead and mine it again, and as you guys can see, this time around, I actually got a completely different set of rewards from this rock. So keep doing this until you guys obtain 4 demonite, 3 magmite, 3 eye ore, and 3 fireite. Using this specific recipe, you want to go ahead and craft your second katana, and this is probably going to be the best katana in the game. In fact, I have this katana myself, and this thing is super OP, guys. Check this out. I can literally 2-shot this guy almost. So yeah, okay, this is a bad example here, but there you go, I got him. But honestly, guys, it is so easy to kill enemies with this katana, and that'll be important in just a second. So try and make yourself the best katana in the game using that recipe that I just showed you guys. But of course, you can't just make a katana and call it a day, because you still need to make good armor, so you don't die, just like I did. The only difficult item to obtain is going to be obsidian. Obsidian, once again, can be obtained from volcanic rocks, so use the same trick that I showed you guys before to get yourself a bunch of obsidian. And yeah, you're gonna have to grind a lot of obsidian, because making armor in this game is one of the most painful things ever. Here is a quick recipe for you guys to make yourself the best armor in the game. You're gonna need 18 material, which you can get easily from the AFK spot that I showed you guys. You're also gonna need 10 eye ore, which once again can be obtained very easily from the AFK spot that I showed you. You're gonna need 10 obsidian, which is probably gonna be the most difficult thing to obtain. But yeah, you can go ahead and make this armor, and honestly, it's kind of a decent piece of armor. It's not the best in the game by any means, but it is one that can realistically be obtained by most of you all, and it's also quite easy to obtain if you guys actually spend a few hours trying to. Once again, if anyone has a better recipe for armor that's easier to craft and easier to obtain, let me know in the comments down below, but from what I've seen, that is the the easiest piece of armor you can obtain. One more thing that you want to keep in mind while crafting, by the way, there is two types of armors you can get inside of the Forge Roblox. The first set of armor is going to be a regular knight armor, and the second set is going to be a dark knight armor. The dark knight armor is twice as hard to get as the knight armor, but the dark knight armor is significantly better than the knight armor. If you get yourself knight armor, I recommend just completely restarting the process and making a new piece of armor, because the knight armor is just so much worse than the dark knight armor. It's not a small difference, guys, it's a absolutely huge difference. Once you guys make your weapon and your armor, you also want to go ahead and enhance it. Enhancing basically gives you guys a little boost to your armor, as you guys can see, to all of your stats, so this is extremely helpful. Additionally, it can also give you guys an extra rune slot, and runes are huge. I haven't covered runes on purpose until the end of the video because this is something you want to wait till endgame. By this time, you've probably collected a lot of runes, and each rune actually is completely different to the other, but some runes that you should definitely have are going to be luck runes, because you want to put a luck rune on your pickaxe. As you guys can see, I've put one and I've actually gotten myself a 13% overall luck boost. These runes are super hard to come by, so you are probably going to need a lot of luck to get these. Another rune that's actually quite helpful is probably going to be thorns. Thorns basically reflects the damage that you take and gives it back to the enemies, so you can actually AFK without someone actually sabotaging you, and your armor basically kills the enemy without you having to swing your sword. That's basically what thorn does. Additionally, blast chips are super OP because these basically make your enemies explode and die significantly faster. And something like drainage is also good because it basically gives you guys lethality and sometimes lifesteal. So yeah, that's kind of helpful, but honestly not that great. Runes are a personal preference. Whatever rune you guys like, go ahead and put it on your sword, your pickaxe, whatever. On pickaxes, I'd honestly just go with something like luck. Luck is the best thing you can put on your pickaxe to get rarer and rarer items. With that being said, guys, that's a quick and easy way to complete the entire game as fast as you can. If you guys found this video helpful, a like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated. Once again, we're trying to get to 400k, so if you guys want to be a part of the OG 400k subscribers, hit that subscribe button right now so you guys don't miss out on it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.